Check out my melodies. Joe Skelly, 3097 seconds, Bays Boys podcast.
Yo.
People, I'm sad right now because I haven't received enough emails.
Well, we got to do something about that.
Yeah. Send us an email.
We want to be able to read our listeners' emails on the podcast.
We want your tips, tricks, dicks, and other things. So we've made it an ongoing joke for 30-something episodes that you should send us an email. But we've never actually given the email out. So here's our email. It's not a joke. baysbasement@gmail.com for now. I'm not giving you my real email because I don't want you like calling me and shit. But if you want to send us an email, tell us how much you hate the podcast. Baysbasement, BAES dot BASEMENT @gmail.com. baysbasement@gmail.com. Send us an email. Let us know what you think. Tell us about your interactions with the muscles from Brussels, or maybe a training scar that you got from Sensei Seagal.
Or if you'd be interested in getting a belt in Putendo.
Putendo. If you think you can do the Putendo qualifications, we're gonna have a Putendo. We're gonna have a Putendo clinic here shortly, where you're gonna be able to show up, and we're gonna just help you get ready for it.
We're gonna help prep you.
Yeah.
We're going to help prep you.
Mostly, I'm going to hit you over the head with a 2x4. I think that's going to be the best. And then wake you with gasoline. That's how I see this going. Anyways, Joe Skelly.
Wait, say it again. It's Bays, BAES dot basement.com.
Nope. See, I fucked that up already.
BAES dot basement@gmail.com.
Yep.
All right.
Bays, basement. BAES. And then there's a period in between Bays and basement. Okay. And we want to hear from you guys. We're going to start. Yeah, no, I don't want to promise you something that I'm probably not going to do. So fuck it. Just write us an email. Tell us how much you hate the podcast. Joe Skelly, tell me a story.
Hey, there's big things coming up for Bays Basement.
Fuck that place. I'll burn that fucking place to the ground too.
All right. Listen, I just wanted to start off this podcast by saying one thing. Because my life is awesome and I do dope shit.
Oh my God, Kanye.
Shout out to Kanye.
Kanye's the best.
Shout out to Kanye.
You know why Kanye is the best?
Why is Kanye the best?
I have no fucking clue, but he is. I really don't know.
I thought you were going to follow that up with something serious.
No, I love Kanye. I love Kanye the same way I love Putin. It's like, you're going to do you, and I respect you for doing you. I'm not sure if I respect what you're doing. I'm not sure if I understand it. I get that Kanye has changed the entire musical world. You know, I can't argue any of that shit. But we don't know what the fuck is going on. He's like, he'd be up on the stage yelling about Illuminati and how Jay-Z's going to have his ass knocked off and all this other shit. And I'm just like, bro.
Maybe he's the one that's fighting the New World Order. And nobody knows it yet.
He really is.
And nobody knows it yet.
Yeah, no. He like, when I say that, and again, when I say this, I'm not saying that this means that he is like that. Not that supporting Trump was fighting the New World Order, but he was fighting the New World Order in the sense that he was okay with telling people he supported Trump. And then he was calling people out. He's like, well, you guys told me I'm free and this and that. And then when I support Trump, you guys tell me I'm not fucking black. And I'm like, oh, yeah. Did you hear about all that shit?
No, yeah.
That went on for like 5 minutes where Kanye was suffering for his reputation. And let's face facts. Kanye's always doing shit to fuck up his rep. So, you know.
Isn't all PR good PR?
Yeah, that's what they say.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
I'm going to also go back and touch on something we were talking about in last week's podcast.
Oh, yeah. Do it, Joe.
Spirit boards.
Spirit boards.
Spirit boards. Ouija boards. Again.
Oh, again with that Ouija board shit?
Fuck that. Fuck that noise.
So fuck a Ouija board?
Yes. 1,000,000,000% fuck a Ouija board.
Well, so I don't fuck with nothing I can't shoot at. or at the very least stab with a knife. So, yeah, I don't fuck with Ouija boards.
Dude, I'm not trying to open up a doorway and let no Pandora spirit up into my house. I'm not trying to do none of that mess. Dude, I don't like going people's. If I know somebody's got one in the house, I won't even want to go in that bitch.
Really?
Bro, don't even say it. I'll never come back here. So
Really?
don't even say it. I promise you. I promise you. This will end the
Right
podcast
here. Right
and
here.
all future projects.
Joe Skelly's going to have to fucking write us on paper because he ain't coming in the house.
I ain't coming in, bro. I don't want to know.
Don't worry. I ain't got it. I don't fuck
Good.
with it. So,
Good.
I had this teacher. I had this law teacher once. He's a super dope guy. Really nice character.
Out of your 7 years of college.
Yeah. This was actually, if you accumulate this time, it was like 11 years, but yeah, sure. So this was like the first year of my 11th year of college. We'll just say that. But he was real against that type of shit.
There's a reason.
Like he was freaked out by it, bro.
Oh yeah. Something bad happened.
Right.
Bad happened.
So we'd fuck with him, like me and my like my buddy, my school partner, the guy that I hung out with the most.
Your locker buddy?
Yeah, pretty much. So we would do like, you'd have to do like footprint casts, you know? And we'd take the footprint cast and on the bottom we'd carve a pentagram into it.
Oh, what is wrong with you?
Bro, he would lose his fucking mind.
Right.
He would lose his mind.
Oh yeah. Oh
and
yeah.
then like I'd write like little spells and shit on little papers that I'd turn in, and he'd just be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" He's like, "Tyler, what the fuck is wrong with you?" And he would tell me and the other guy, he goes, "You guys are like sons that I never fucking wanted."
Did he fail you?
I don't think he failed us, but it wasn't the best grade I could have gotten for something that was so easy to do.
I'm pretty sure.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm pretty sure it was punishment.
Yeah.
It was punishment.
So I gave him a book one time because I really did fuck with that witchcraft shit way back in the day.
Ugh.
I know. I was young. This is way back. Well, I had a bunch of the material left around. And so I gave him a copy of, what is it called?
Well, I wouldn't even know.
What's the fucking Book of the Dead called? The whatever.
Necronomicon?
Whatever, dude. Yeah, I had one of those copies. I had a bunch of that shit. Well, if you read the beginning of it in the forward or the epilogue, or whatever the fuck it's called, the beginning of the book, it actually tells you, they're like, you should be really careful if you read some of this out loud. Even reading out loud can curse you and this and that, and it could backfire. And I'm just like, man, fuck this. I never made it past that first page. So I had these books for like ever, and I wouldn't read them.
Smart man.
So just to fuck with the teacher.
Or you just passed them along.
I took the book. I wrote, "Hey, just this is to you. I love you." And I gave him the book. And he was just like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" And I'm like, this is a gift. So because he was a collector like us, so he put the book in the bookshelf. But he told me, he's like, "I'm never opening that motherfucker." And I was like, "Okay, I don't care what you do with it.
It's no longer my problem."
Yeah, no.
With books like that in particular, I've always been told that you can't throw them away because they always reappear.
Oh, like shit, really?
You have to gift them in order to get rid of those books.
That could be why we gifted them. I don't remember half the shit we read about back then, but back in that day when I was still getting those date rides, we were also getting rides up to the bookstore constantly to read. If I could get somebody to take me to a bookstore and drop me off for a day, big pimping, man.
No, you're hanging out in the bookstore reading
all day.
All right.
All day.
See, the nerd comes out.
Yeah, and I don't want to pay for them, man. It's cheaper. I don't have any money. I don't have any money. So,
They never kicked you out for just hanging out and reading in the bookstore?
Nah. You gotta act appropriate in certain spots, right? Mm-hmm. So you don't fuck around in church. I don't fuck around in church.
No.
Unless I'm making out with some chick in the back room. That's okay. But like in the church room where they're doing the stuff, no.
No.
You don't fuck with that.
No.
No. Where else? You don't fuck around in the bookstore. You don't fuck around outside the police station. I know it's weird you got to say this out loud, but there's some people that don't know. You shouldn't be doing drugs in the police station parking lot.
That's probably a really terrible idea.
Yeah, we know them folks. Be like, what are you doing? What are you doing today? We're throwing a house party. Boy, I can see the department from your front window.
It's probably
That
not a smart
shouldn't-
idea.
Yeah, that shouldn't be happening.
It's probably not a smart idea.
No. Playing hockey in the street, blocking up the police station shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that shouldn't be happening.
No, this is going to cause you problems.
Yeah, you got to be smart. Where else? Cemeteries. I don't fuck around in cemeteries.
Fuck no.
You don't disrespect the dead.
No, sir.
We got a text from a homie that's still in LA that told me the other day they were in a cemetery for work, and some like 6 fucking bitches just rolled up in Escalades and busted out their yoga mats and started doing yoga in the cemetery.
Dude,
Swear to God.
that's zero taste.
I'm telling you.
Zero taste.
And then somebody.
Well, what about a picnic in a cemetery?
This is
that different?
Okay. So there's a lot of. Okay. Here's where it gets funny. Now, first of all, if we go back and look at subcultures, and again, I'm generalizing here. Who are the kind of people you hear about hanging out in a cemetery? Goth kids,
Yep.
witchcraft kids,
Vampire wannabes,
which I would lump them in with goth kids, but also they're different.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So here's my thing.
Werewolf wannabes.
Right. So that's okay. Now you say, well, what the fuck are you talking about? That's okay. Well, look, dude, when you want to hang out on the beach, you're not going to the fucking desert. You go into the water, right?
Yes.
You want to hang out with death. I understand that.
Okay.
What the fuck purpose would doing yoga be to go in there? There's no like, unless what are you saying? Like, I'm at peace with myself? Like, I don't get it. And the odds of finding 5 random bitches who also feel the same way for the, like, you know,
Like, this is a good idea.
right. That's slim. I think it's slim, you know.
That's weird.
Now, maybe they got up, went home, took showers, put on a bunch of goth clothes and came back, in which case that's like 1 in a billion.
Right. That's still strange.
Yeah. So, you know, it's weird. You know, there's always been the whole like small town goth kids going there, smoking their cigarettes, lighting pentagrams, calling the devil. You know, I get it.
That's not okay either.
Yeah. I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying it isn't. I'm saying at least it matches,
Okay.
right? You don't go hang out at the burger shop when you're a vegan.
No.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
That's a fair statement.
Right. So the yoga, it doesn't quite match. You know, the rest.
That's
now,
weird.
what you asked, like having a picnic. Okay. Are you having a picnic in the cemetery 10 feet away from your grandma? That's okay. Right?
What if you're having a picnic on the top of a hill that's in the cemetery, but nobody's buried up there overlooking the cemetery?
Okay. That's also not as weird.
Okay.
That's borderline. Like, what are you doing there?
Okay.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
It's not Deus de Muerto, right?
Right.
I mean, because in a lot of cultures,
yeah.
there are a lot of cultures around the world.
And we're absolutely not talking about culture. We're talking about
because
high
I've
school,
been places.
we're talking about high school kids, and
Okay.
and like, I would put these yoga bitches right next to high school kids. Like, what the fuck are you doing here?
Right.
You better have a reason.
Right.
Now, again, maybe you're having a picnic because you're a gravestone stenciler and you run around. That makes sense. That's part of your art. You know, you stop, you have lunch. That's normal shit. But yoga,
It's kind of disrespectful, I think.
I don't see it. Yeah, I don't see it. I don't fuck around in that shit. I don't know. We got to have a line somewhere. And I'm not one of those weird conservative fucking right-wing guys.
Well, what about people that walk through the cemetery and look at the beautiful headstones and things like that?
That's respect.
Okay.
Nothing wrong with that.
Taking pictures of them.
I'm not sure what you're doing with pictures of them, but sure. You know.
Some of the older headstones in monuments were absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, yeah. I mean, again, if you're a photographer, you're an artistic person, I get it. But then, you know, now you're going to have the yoga lady going, well, I'm a yoga artist and I'm doing my art here. Well, why? So, like, I can't get a picture of the headstone without being in the fucking graveyard. You can do yoga anywhere. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Right? I can't summon the devil in a fucking Target parking lot.
Yes, you can.
Well,
Dude.
I'm more likely to get them in the cemetery. We're trying to get closer, quote unquote. I'm doing the air quotes
Yeah.
to death.
Okay.
Right? I mean, that's just my assumption. Like, I'm trying to feel what they're feeling. I don't know.
I just.
But yoga, no go.
That's a no go.
No go.
That's a no go.
No go.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And even if you were, even if
Like
you,
Ouija boards, no go.
right. Even if you said like, yo, I'm trying to be at peace. I'm trying to be whatever. I'm trying to be this. Well, then it wouldn't be a group activity. So 6 people doing Tai Chi in the graveyard, that's weird. One guy doing Tai Chi in the graveyard, that's okay. Because you by yourself. Even if the bitch was there by herself, then she could say, I'm trying to be closer to this person in the graveyard, maybe. But again, yeah, if you're just randomly doing yoga at some hop fucking spot like it's a park, that's weird as fuck.
That is weird as fuck.
Yeah.
I'm not down with that.
And like you said, the art of the gravestones. Well, you can't see the gravestones anywhere else except for there. You can't go to a graveyard or graveyard. You can't go to a graveyard vintage, like, oh, I'm going to this store to check out how vintagey, these gravestones are, and I'm going to go see a museum with gravestones from 1830, like, it's just not happening. That's not a thing, right? So where do you go for that? You have to go there. So that makes sense. But yoga, man, they got studios, they got hot yoga, they got rock yoga, they got
goat yoga,
cold yoga. Really?
Yeah.
Is that a thing? All right. Well, they got
do
goat
yoga with goats. Where
Okay.
the goats climb on you while you're doing yoga.
Okay. I'm fucking
They
pass
got all
on
kinds
that
of
shit.
yoga, bro. But all right, fair enough.
Booty
But-
yoga. Yeah,
all right.
That's what I'm saying.
So along with the no Ouija boards,
Uh-huh.
what about all those weird people that collect all those antique vintage like death things? Like,
Ooh, you're crossing into territory. You got to be careful here.
all right, is it
Now
possible?
we're looking at belief.
Is it possible for objects to be impregnated with spirits or the spirits of something?
So,
Like if you got, let's say,
As
you
human-
got the
as-
bullet that killed Lincoln.
okay, as humans, we want to believe that. Now, the bullet that killed Lincoln would be totally different because what you're asking is not about the bullet that killed Lincoln. You're talking about the clone of the bullet that killed Lincoln because you said it yourself, that item, that deity, whatever, right? So it's like saying that every Buddha that comes off the production line that's made of jade has a little bit of Buddha in it. Is that true?
No, I don't know.
Is that Buddha? But is that Buddha spirit get put in there because you buy it and believe that?
Well, I'm just saying, like, they're always you watch these ghost shows and some of these other things, and they're like, some of these objects are haunted or possessed or contain spirit. Like,
Yeah,
that,
I mean,
like that
if-
Annie
if-
doll,
Okay, what?
like that one doll that's supposed to be super haunted.
Where's this at? They got it in the museum.
It's in a museum somewhere under protected glass, and you can't touch it, and because it's like supposed to have
Well, if they're like
spirit trapped in
right,
it.
so then that's the difference again, right? Because if we're talking about icons, then that's different. The cross that you buy from the Catholic store, it doesn't have God in it. It represents your belief in God.
Yes.
Versus that creepy fucking doll that might be the thing that went to 10 different families that all got wiped out by wolves or some shit. And then you're like, well, that the common denominator here is that fucking specific doll.
Right.
That's fucked up.
Right.
Right.
But
So-
there are people who
so-
like actively collect this kind of stuff.
Oh yeah. I mean, hey, there's so like
For me-
So okay.
For me, that's a no-go.
But you still have religious artifacts, right?
Yes.
Right. Because you believe that they resemble something that you believe in. So yeah, that and I'm just going back to the bullet thing is totally different. Because yeah, if you're so yeah, there's some rich dude out there. You could email us too, maybe get us a sponsorship here. That's sitting there going, yeah, man, I paid $60,000 for this doll that was being held by a little girl in the slaughter of such and such whatever. That's creepy shit.
That is creepy shit.
Yeah.
That is creepy.
No, I don't
shit.
fuck with that.
Yeah, no. Like if you're looking for a way to have some evil shit happen to you, that's how you do it.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. Those people are not going to summon that evil in a negative way. They're going to support it that's a supported way. That is the same thing as like, so that's like somebody buys a cross because they're Catholic. And then it's like, well, God could smite you down for wearing that. Well, no, I'm wearing it because I believe and support him. Those people are saying the same shit. I got Adolf Hitler's. They're like, I got Hitler's boots because I believe in his power.
No, bro,
That
that's
kind of shit.
some weird shit. That's some weird shit.
So
And
what about Nazi collectors? What do you think about those guys?
Dude, I think that you bring upon yourself what you collect.
don't know about that, man. We got a lot of death stuff, you and me.
I'm just. There's a line you got to draw, right?
See, and that's the thing too. So our worship, and I'm not trying to speak for you, but I'm assuming just based on our friendship, our worship of death isn't the sense that we love it or want it or want to call it. It is our acknowledge that he's going to come to speak to us no matter what. Right?
Okay, I would agree with that.
I think that's what that is. I mean, and even the saying, mementos has gotten so famous right now, it's like almost a hipster thing.
Oh,
right? And all these
totally
fucking
become
people,
trendy.
right? To get the memento mori, blah blah blah, we must die, like that mentality, which I understand, but and again, I'm not saying I was worshiping death, but I was studying that already because of the life that we come from. I think there's a difference.
That is totally different than people
collecting evil. So
actively collecting haunted evil items.
Do you think these people are getting into it though? What kind of trend do you think? So to me, what it looks like,
maybe it sounds like they want to have that collection of stuff because they want that power, because they want to harness that power. I mean, if you want to talk about Adolf Hitler went around the world in World War II trying to collect mystical items to obtain that power.
Right. But are you saying
he was looking for the spear of destiny, right? The spear that supposedly pierced Christ himself on the cross, right?
Okay, so let's go into some of the other stuff that we follow and go. This is an interesting topic. This is good. Get off those necro pants. I'm fucking so upset about that. All right, so okay. Let's look at okay. So one of the big follows that we have personally for the both of us is the Sneaker Reaper cartel. Let's talk about that.
Okay.
Shout out to Ed.
Yep.
Being a fucking G.
Right.
Doing what he does.
Yes.
So let me ask you, all these people, because I see people now, especially right now because he's gotten so popular. I mean, his black market went from 1 page on eBay to 4 pages on eBay. And that's crazy. Because these fucking kids, like, they're just buying all of his shit to hawk it, which is shitty.
It is shitty.
It's fucking garbage. But so in speaking with Ed, because I know you've spoken to him multiple times, and me watching his interviews, correct me if I'm wrong. Personally, I take it as it's the warrior mentality. Right? So it's the old school mentality of, and I hate to use this as an example, but it's the only one coming to the top of my head, but it's war paint mentality. It is surrounding yourself with the things that these people fear so you don't fear it, to embrace it, to go forward into the unknown, knowing that somewhere that Reaper is waiting. Right?
Well,
there's that angle. Versus, yes, what you're saying, which is these weirdos who just are like, yeah, death's on my back all the time. Like, I'm trying to harness the fucking power of death. I don't believe in that at all. I believe to me personally, in everything that I collect, it's about respect. That's all it is. It's the same thing with Buddha. It's the same thing with the Christian.
Here's what I'm telling you. If I like going to the antique stores, right? The vintage stores.
Right.
If I'm going through a vintage store and I pick up an item and the item gives me the heebie-jeebies,
yeah,
I don't care how fucking cool it is not passing the threshold of my door.
Right. So, but let's go back to what I was saying though. From where's your point of view in this? Why collect as a Sneaker Reaper?
Why collect that particular thing?
Sure.
Oh, well, it started out as one thing.
We can do all of them, but why that one? Why collect that?
I think initially it represented one thing, right?
And what was that, if you don't mind?
The logo.
Okay.
Was the logo of his unit.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
And it just carried it on, right? That was the logo of his unit, right?
Right.
And why did it why did his unit have that logo, right? Get to conquer death, fear death,
right.
Fear us, right? It's like why any unit has
war paint.
Yeah, it's war paint. It's war paint.
But the meaning behind it for us, as we're not in his unit, we're not doing that kind of stuff. So where does it come from? What do you believe that there's power in that logo?
I think at this point there's power in the logo. because
Why?
it's metamorphosed.
What do you mean?
I think he's taken, it's become that individual's own in a certain aspect, right? And people who follow those teachings identify with that logo.
Well, which teachings in particular? The teachings of survival of, or the teachings of bringing death to the doorstep, or because there's multiple layers to it.
No, I think
Now that he's got such a huge fan base, basically.
You know, the one thing he's always said is there's no such thing as secret knowledge.
He
right?
says that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No
true.
such thing as secret knowledge.
No.
Right?
Not really.
So for him to take that information that's supposed to be secret and pass it on because everybody should have that available to them.
Right.
And initially people were like, that's sweet. I'm following your teachings.
Right.
And this is I represent your teachings with this symbol. Right. And then I think it's grown legs and it's changed and metamorphosed a couple of times at this point. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that, you know. It's moving it forward, you know. And there are probably people out there buying that stuff up because they know it's popular, but they don't know why.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. But so I guess what I was trying to say was like, yeah, there can be, if these items are directly related to crimes or actions or events, there are people that collect that stuff, which, you know, I don't know how to feel about that.
That's weird.
It is, but like, here's a weird question. What if...
Like serial killer collections?
Right, but what if you were offered a piece of the buildings from 9/11 in a small little display case? Would you have that in your house? Came from 9/11, came out of the buildings.
No, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't?
No.
Okay, how come?
Because other than seeing it on TV, I have no personal tie to that.
Sure you do. It's your country.
I mean, other than my country. I mean...
Like you weren't there, obviously.
If I were there or I had a family member that was there,
right,
that'd be one thing.
But if we want to remember that and support it in any way, shape, or form, wouldn't it be the same as collecting Ed stuff? Is that the same?
No, I mean, again, the people who like collect serial killer art.
Right. And
weird.
And we're discussing the weirdness of it right now, but what I'm just discussing is the spiritual backing of it. So, you know, the same as a person, you know, you and second Joe Schmo wears a cross, but you wear the cross because you believe in God. He wears the cross because the Catholic religion says he has to, right? So there's two different meanings there, right?
Okay.
Do you think?
That's totally different, again.
Than collecting weird people shit.
They're collecting serial killer fucking art.
No, it is. But I'm just trying to relate to your question. Your question is do you think it can be possessed and have power to it?
Yes.
Right.
Outside of your belief that it has power.
So does Ed's logo have power? I'm asking your opinion.
Two different types of power.
Oh yeah, of course. No, I'm not disagreeing. But I'm just asking in general, does it have power?
Its representation does have power within the community, yes.
Right. Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
I believe that.
My whole thing was, do you believe it's possible for an inanimate object to be impregnated with some terrible spirit, memory, like a recording device?
Like the old school blood sword? Like the sword that just wants to kill over and over, and if you possess it, you know, you'll end up killing people. I can't remember what story that is from old Japan, but you know, there's those stories about the katana that fucking has killed so many people. It has a thirst for more blood. It wants to go to battle. That kind of thing.
I'm just look.
Yeah. No, I think so.
I think there's. I mean,
everything has power. Whether
I'll put it to you. All right, let's back up. Do you believe in ghosts?
Oh yeah.
Okay. You want to hear the greatest explanation for ghosts I ever got?
No. Okay, go.
Talking to a scientist.
All right.
Friend of mine.
Yep.
You're this incredible scientist. You've worked on 1 million projects.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Not you. And I said, hey, man, do you believe in ghosts? And what he did is he looked at me and he goes, just because I can't prove something doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Right.
Then he follows the statement up with this, is this. You are made of energy.
Truth.
Energy is neither created nor destroyed. All it does is shift forms. He followed that statement up by saying, we used to believe the world existed in 3 dimensions.
Okay.
He goes, we can prove 17 currently. We think there's 29.
Meaning
29 different dimensions. They can prove 17 different dimensions. They
how
believe
can
there's
they
29.
prove 27. Well, let's not get off topic.
Look,
Okay.
I don't even know
So
how
he
they
sa-
did it, but they can prove that there's
So
17
he says that
dimensions.
about ghosts.
No, what he said was, when you pass this mortal coil,
Okay.
what happens to your energy?
When we die,
Yep.
Yeah.
Where does it go?
it has to go somewhere.
Maybe your energy passes into one of these dimensions, these 17 that we can prove.
Okay.
We can't visually see you. Doesn't mean you're not there, right?
Right.
And then what happens is when people see a ghost, it's your energy moving between dimensions, and you just happen to cross through this one, moving to a different one, and that's
Okay.
when people see you.
That's fucking creepy. I'm good on that shit.
But this goes back to like weird shit we were talking about, love at first sight, right? And how science has proved what love at first sight is.
The energy spark.
Right. Your heart is at a certain frequency. My heart works at a certain frequency. If our hearts are beating
trying
the
to get
same
personal,
frequency,
Joe
yeah,
Skelly?
getting a little personal.
What's
Right?
happening here?
But
He's
they've
giving me these
proven,
weird eyes. Starting to gloss over. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to go. No.
But so, is it possible that inanimate objects can absorb that energy and hold it? Like that, like
We're inanimate objects, right?
no, we're animate.
Once we die, though,
Oh, we become inanimate for sure, right?
So that means prior to we must be.
So is it possible for that creepy ass Annie doll to be possessed?
Oh yeah, I think so.
So people who collect possessed items are fucking weirdos,
What if
or
it
they
be-
have another agenda.
You mean like the Hitler
I don't-
collecting all that weird shit?
No, dude, he was trying to gain power
Oh,
any
yeah.
way he could.
I mean, he's an idiot. He let the gypsies decide. So there's your first problem.
Was it the gypsies? He killed them
Fucking
all.
Moron. No, man. You know he was into gypsies. You know that, right?
No, he killed them all.
No, he kept some for himself.
Oh, like a private collection?
Yes, of fortune tellers. You never heard that?
No.
Yeah.
I don't doubt it, though.
Oh, yeah. Wait
Well,
a
I
minute.
know
I
he
know
was-
something Joe Skelly doesn't know. Hold on.
Look, I know he was into the occult.
So he was into the occult, and even though he killed gypsies, he actually had fortune tellers that he would keep on his side. Well, because so many of them told him, doesn't matter what happens, the Reich is going to live 1,000-year Reich, he was like, okay, fuck it. I should attack Russia. And that's what drove him to fucking take men on both sides. Not in an Eiffel Tower way, but in a combat way. And so that's why he attacked fucking Russia, thinking that he could defeat everybody and spread himself so thin he lost. And they say that last fucking big maneuver that started the end of the Reich was based on a decision he made off of some fucking broad who was a fortune teller that told him that it was going to be okay, that no matter what he did, the fucking 1,000-year Reich was going to live. I can't believe you've never read that one.
I did not know that. And so here's my
yeah.
next question. Do you think she did that on purpose to bring down the Reich?
No, I think she didn't want to die.
Okay.
Yeah, no. You
Yeah.
get me in a corner with that kind of bullshit, I'm going to tell you whatever you want. You're all that in a bag of chips, baby. Tell me where to go next. We're fucking going down. Fuck that. No, I think the bitch fucking would have said anything. Was she power hungry, crazy, and possibly killing her own kind too? Probably. But I wasn't there, so I can only speculate.
Look, I'm just telling you.
Here's the
there's-
other-
You get your things that you don't do. I got my things I don't do.
Yeah, no.
Man, I don't fuck with no Ouija boards.
Yeah.
I don't fuck with no witchcraft, none of that bullshit. No.
So you've never played
Necronomicons.
Lighter Than a Feather?
Bro, I don't play that shit.
Are you serious?
Look,
Now that's wild.
I got some skeletons in my closet when it comes to that.
It's as light as a feather. Sorry, not
Listen,
lighter.
I
than a
just
feather.
had some weird shit happen in my life when I was a kid that left a mark on me.
The googly mooglies tried to get you.
No, bro, I had some things.
Were they elves
No, they weren't elves.
from Iceland?
No, it wasn't that. But I'm telling you what, they're
Do you believe
lines I don't cross
do
anymore.
you believe in angels and all that other shit?
Well,
Probably gonna get myself killed talking about this. That stuff I do believe.
you believe in angels?
Yeah, no doubt.
Well, I mean, if
I
if you believe in
particularly-
demons, you got to believe in angels.
So I
right?
particularly, I'm gonna say this without trying to sound arrogant. I have a guardian angel, without a doubt, bro.
I believe I do too.
The amount
I'm not
of
gonna
shit-
lie about it.
Yeah, the amount of shit that I've seen and been witness to and been stuck in, and the situations I've been put into throughout my life, starting as a child, and just walked away from, it don't make no sense. How, and that's the unnatural part where I can't explain it. So
I think I showed you the picture.
how do we
of the
chalk
gar-
that
of
up?
the,
Oh yeah, you did.
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't want to see that shit. Now you fucking up my day again.
I'm convinced I have a guardian angel, and I have a picture that I'm pretty sure.
Jesus Christ, this is a podcast of jackasses now.
Right, that shows that. No,
30,
I mean,
97 seconds of weird shit.
right. This is the weird one, right? This is the
Yeah,
weird one.
fuck
This
it.
was
It was
coming.
gonna come out.
It was going to come
Yeah, it
out
was
anyway.
coming out.
But listen, look, there's just things out like. Have you ever walked into a house and you just walked in the house? You're like, there is something wrong with this house, and just turned around and walked out.
No, my guy, that's never happened to me. I'm not a. What do you call it? What do they call those people? There's a
Psychics,
name. No, yeah, they are psychics. but they're-
empaths.
There you go.
Listen, I tell you what. A couple years back, I was looking to buy a house. Right.
Uh-oh.
I had my real estate agent, who's a friend of mine.
Yep.
Right, her and her kids with us.
Yep.
Right, we go to look at this house. Now this house was on the foreclosure market, so I was
Yep.
going to try to snatch it up for cheap.
Of course.
Right.
Makes sense.
Walked in the house, and immediately something was wrong. And the kids looked at their mom and go, "Mom, there's something wrong with this house."
Dipset.
Dude, walked through the house, went down to the basement. Part of the basement was a dirt floor.
Nope.
Bro, out.
Yeah.
Out.
I don't fuck with that.
Dude, I didn't care how cheap that house was. There was something terribly wrong with that house.
Right.
The hair on my arm stood up the moment I walked through the door.
Fuck that.
Yeah. Like, I don't think I'm an empath. I don't think, but for me, who's somebody who doesn't have that touch, to
Yeah.
get that kind of physical reaction from physically stepping into that property, no, thank you.
Yeah.
No,
I'm
thank
good.
you.
I'm good.
I mean, there are places, like, have you ever gone to a place like, I shouldn't be here?
Oh yeah, I've been to a lot of those places, but
No,
that was.
No, I'm not talking
stupid shit.
scenario based, but like your physical presence in that location, your body knew there was something wrong with that location.
Yeah, I don't think so. I'm not sure. All right. Here's the guardian angel story, though. The only one that I'll really talk about.
All right.
I was watching my kid one time. He was a little tiny guy, like 2, whatever. I think his mom was out of town. She went to go visit her sister for a wedding. Took our girls and stuff with her. So it was just me and my son at home. I turned on the stove and didn't pay attention. And the Pyrex was on the fucking wrong burner. Now I was in this fucking stove. It was like our shitty crackhead apartment, whatever basement apartment. So the kind of place where the kitchen is literally 4 feet by 4 feet.
Right.
Like
right.
all you do is turn around and you got the thing.
Yeah.
So I turned the fucking stove on. I go to heat it. I don't know what I was doing. I was on the phone with somebody. I wasn't paying attention. And I was watching TV and I'm watching my kid in the other room, so I'm doing the back and forth thing. So I walked into that room and I was standing there and that thing fucking blew up.
The Pyrex did?
Blew up. That's how long I had that fucker going and how high it was turned up.
And Pyrex is not supposed to do that.
No. If you're savvy to Pyrex, you can cook almost anything in Pyrex. Anyways, moving on. Yeah, the Pyrex blew up, right? While I was in this 4 foot room, nothing. Now I was in the doorway, standing in the doorway, like in front of it, right?
No shrapnel.
Bro.
No nothing.
Nothing hits me, but there's shrapnel in the back of the wall behind me, stuck in the wall. Look, I got goosebumps. Look.
I see the hair on your arm standing.
Bro. Standing in a room where I mean, it scared the fucking shit out of me. I had no idea what it was. I didn't see it go off. I didn't see it blow up. I didn't even realize until it blew. And then I was yelling for the kid. Like, I was making sure he wasn't anywhere near the room and that he was okay because the sound scared me.
Right.
And then when I turned around and all that shit was in the wall behind me and next to me, next to the doorway, stuck in the fridge door, everything. How the fuck did that happen? It makes no sense.
Guardian angel.
Whatever, dude. Luck. Of course, it also makes me think I'm going to die in a burning car. So there's that. Well, bro, I'm saying if I'm escaping all these, the fucking shark's going to get me every day. The world goes on. I'm like, don't get in the water, homie. That shark's going to fuck you up. You get in his territory. He's coming. That's not a good idea. That is not a good.
You go to the lake.
Yeah, you know what'll get me in a lake? A fucking bull shark.
Right.
Motherfucking bull shark.
The only bull shark in history to make it this far inland.
Right. They say that they've had them up the Mississippi River.
Oh yeah. Way up the Mississippi.
Like close to us, close. And you're just like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's freaky.
But yeah, no, so guardian angel, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I don't know. But bro, how does that blow up and hit the shit behind me? It's unexplainable.
It is.
That's what I leave to that. It's unexplainable.
I've had some weird experiences that I probably shouldn't have walked away from unscathed.
Yep.
Absolutely unscathed.
Yep.
And as a matter of fact, Ponyboy was there for one of them.
Oh.
Yeah. Me and Ponyboy were there together the one time, and it was rather terrifying, and both of us walked away completely 100% unscathed.
You gotta wonder. Then now let me ask you another weird question. Does that make you want to be a better person? Do you ever think that has to do with it? You're like, hey man, that just happened. I got lucky. I better fucking think about that, remember that, and continue to try to fucking not be a piece of shit.
I have done a lot of things, a lot of work over the past years, right?
Yeah.
To try to be that better person, right?
Right.
To try to pass on knowledge to others.
Right.
Like I've tried to do a lot of good. I've tried to do a lot of good.
Try
even
to balance it out.
Look, even to my own expense, and that's all right. Like I'm not going to toot my own horns, but if you live in an area that's cold and you have any means whatsoever, like when it gets wintertime, if you're not out like buying blankets and handing it out to less fortunate people who are on the streets,
right.
Things you can do to just be a generally
whatever
better,
we can try to do. Yeah.
Whatever you can try.
I got you. I feel that it's brutal. But I don't know, dude. I don't know. There's just so many fucking stupid times. And then people want to say it's like dumb luck, but come on, bro. Like some of it.
After a certain point in time, it's beyond dumb luck.
Right.
It's beyond dumb luck.
What do they say? One is lucky, 2 is something, 3 is a statistic, and then all that other shit. I don't know what he's saying, but you know what I mean.
Dude,
the more you count it up.
Dude, I'll go even beyond that, dude. And you heard the story from my kid he was telling you the story about how he was sitting at a bar and some strange woman approached him.
Man, we got to stop talking about creepy shit. That's enough of that one. Yeah, that's fucking weird.
And broke down some knowledge that she'd never met him before. He had no idea who he was, and it was telling him all kinds of stuff about
that shit's fucking
about his guardian angels.
That shit's scary. That shit's scary.
I'm telling you, there's people out there with those abilities. But look, here's the thing. We just don't know. We just don't know enough, right? We just don't know enough.
Well, I know enough not to fuck with no Ouija board.
I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that.
And I don't try to be collecting any weird shit.
Look, I collect oddball stuff, right? But I'm not actively seeking out things that were involved in murders. I'm not actively seeking out things that are known possibly to be possessed and or hold spirits or whatnot. Dude, there's that museum. I refuse to go to that one museum.
Which one?
The one full of ventriloquist dummies.
Oh, we're going.
Oh, dude.
You're so fucked.
Dude. One of them bitches is haunted.
Oh, God.
You can't have that many ventriloquist dummies in a place and not one of them be haunted.
I don't know what to say about all that.
Dude, everybody that has a ventriloquist dummy is a tragic person.
Now,
that's why they have the dummies, because they are surrounded by tragedy.
Here's the other side of that coin. Do you believe that the spirit is only put in by the person? Because, all right, so here's my thing. I know some people that are logically sound, right? Everything for them is science. And then they come across that one thing like, oh, this car, hit somebody, or my family member hit somebody in this car. Okay, we got to get rid of it because that's bad mojo. Well, bro, if you're big into the science thing, you don't believe in ghosts, but then you're going to say the car is the reason that you fucking hit somebody, that don't make any sense, right? It kind of contradicts what they believe.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
We met some people like that, and I wouldn't say it's confusing, but it's confusing.
But I've also been places, man, like you go true Hawaiians 100% believe in the spirits. 100%. Like true Hawaiians lay salt across their doorsteps at night to keep the evil spirits out of their house.
That's racist, dog. You can't say that.
It's not racist.
It's racist as fuck. You just busting in on them.
I'm just dropping some knowledge, bro. I'm just dropping some knowledge. Dude, it only takes you to seeing weird things 1 or 2 times that you can't explain, and there's no real logical explanation for you to.
There's definitely some personality quirks I have for that exact shit. That's just the way that is.
Only takes 1 or 2. Again, the Pyrex exploding and nothing hit you.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Makes no sense.
No.
So, look, don't fuck with no Ouija boards.
So, but okay, so on the same note, like I said, you asked, do they collect it because they think that they're going to embody that power? Well, when we wear a cross, so first of all, Joe Skelly, would you wear a cross?
Have I? Yes.
Would you?
Would I?
Currently?
Yes.
Yeah. See, me too. I believe in God. Doesn't mean I follow around any specific religion. Technically, I'm a practicing Buddhist, but I only say that as what I used to practice. I don't practice shit no more. But it doesn't change that you believe in both or one or the spirit thereof. So we are inherently giving power to those items. Don't you think?
That's a different thing.
No, yeah, it is. It is.
That's totally different.
But it's all relative when it's energy.
Okay.
Bad, good, indifferent, psycho. I mean, you're making me think of the Chucky doll a lot.
If you infuse something with evil power, right. Energy.
Right. And can you remove that when you do that? Do you think it just sticks?
I think it sticks. I mean, maybe there's a way to dissipate that energy, but I'm just saying, man, there's like these people with these haunted museums. I wouldn't go to a haunted museum.
What? Why would you? What?
There are museums that have items like this. And people paid. Zach Baggins has got one in Vegas.
What's a Zach Baggins?
He's that dude from Ghost Adventures.
I'm good on that.
He's got a museum in Vegas.
I'm good.
But there's another one that actually has that damn doll from The Conjuring in it.
The movie?
Not the movie doll, but the real one.
I'm good on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good on that one.
But
there's more than one. There's a lot of creepy shit. Like, you shouldn't have this. And look, I like to watch ghost shows.
No, I'm good on that.
Yeah, but there's enough items out there that are no, sir. No, sir. I'm not down with any of that. I'm not owning them. I don't want to be around them.
So you would never play As Light as a Feather?
No.
You know what that is?
Some creep show game that kids think is a cool game, but I think you're really invoking dark power.
You never heard that game before? You don't remember that?
I never did it.
You have somebody lay down on the ground.
Yeah. I'm not trying to levitate nobody, bro.
Yeah?
Yeah. No, I'm not trying to levitate nobody. Oh, okay. Let's say you do it, right? You're able to levitate somebody. Where did that power come from?
Maybe it's from Barney, the big red dinosaur, or the big purple dinosaur.
It ain't from no purple dinosaur, bro. That power had to come from somewhere, and guess what? They want their payback.
So you think somebody traded you the power, gave you a little bit of the swag, and then is going to want to collect later?
Oh, yes.
Ooh, that's interesting, too.
Oh,
so
yes.
Is that one of those don't ask for it if you can't handle it type things?
Yeah.
Really? That makes sense, I guess.
Don't mess with things you don't understand. And
that's what I do. I just stay the fuck away from it all.
Right. Well, that's the pitfall, right? Yeah. That's the pitfall for kids, right?
That's why I never go in the woods.
Oh, yeah.
I don't understand a fucking thing about it. I'm like, I'm good.
Stay away from it.
Yeah, just stay away from it.
That's why you don't go in the ocean.
Stay out of the water.
Don't go in the ocean.
And I'm telling you, man, not to be freaky. I mean, if I took a course on bushcraft, sure, I'll go in the woods and shit. But right now, today, I better not. I need me some baby wipes. What's up?
I forgot. If you can't see the toilet.
Yeah, dude. Fuck that shit. I'm trying to take a shit outside in the woods and stuff. Get the fuck out of here. Does a bear shit in the woods? Fuck yeah, he does, and I don't. Dude, what's up?
Do you believe in haunted places?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I don't fuck around with those.
Okay.
I don't fuck around with no. I told you, if I can't stab it or shoot it,
you ain't down with it.
No. I'm not trying to fight it.
No, sir.
No.
No, sir. Listen.
My favorite movie of all time is Ghostbusters.
Email us on this.
Yeah.
Email us on this.
Email us about your ghost stories, and then we'll read it on the podcast.
Yeah.
That's what we'll do.
Yeah. I like that.
bays.basement@gmail.com.
Till we get a real gooder one.
I think that's the email.
Did you been promoting it this whole podcast?
Fuck.
Well, if it doesn't work, you can blame.
We're going to have to get back to you on this, America.
You can blame my buddy for it.
We didn't fuck this up. Look, I'm going to go there right now and fucking check it out. You can hear me clicking away, right?
Right. You better Googlate that and make sure
We're
it's right.
We're Googling our own email address. This is happening right now. Oh, shit. I was right. bays.basement
@gmail.com.
Hit
us up.
Thank God. I thought I fucked that all up. Can't even remember my own. Yeah, we got to stop drinking during the podcast. No more alcohol at the podcast.
No more alcohol at the podcast. All right.
So don't fuck with bad energy.
Stay out of haunted places.
Let me ask you. So I'm not even gonna end it right there. I gotta go with this again because I'm curious. Now you know what? Fuck it. Let's just leave it alone. I'm done.
All right.
97 seconds. Go fuck yourself with your ghost. I ain't dealing with that shit no more.